Hello and welcome to the CDO Magazine interview series. I am Mike Woods. I'm the General Manager and Vice President of Sales for Denodo. Today, I have the pleasure of talking to Sangeeta Edwin, the VP of Data and Analytics at US Venture. Thank you, Sangeeta, for joining me today.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. And then let's just kick this off. US Venture, why don't you just give us just a little brief of what US Venture does and then your role as the VP of Data Analytics?
Sure. Yep. So, just real quick introduction of US Venture. I mean, US Venture is a family-owned business, privately held, headquartered in Appleton, Wisconsin. And really, I mean, if you were to go check out our website, you'll see that our vision is to really be the very best provider of transportation products, sustainability solutions, and insights. Driving the world forward. And we truly believe in finding a better way, and trust me, where we are headquartered, the street is called Better Way. So that's
That's awesome.
so. Just to take a step back, right? When I came, so I come from Rockwell, Johnson Controls, G. That's kind of my career track over here. I've always been in Wisconsin, so I'm familiar with the landscape. But when I came here, I was trying to understand, what US Venture does. And then in a couple months, I said, we really are good at like moving product from point A to point B. That's kind of the core, right? So that's the reason that vision of transportation is really right where we are, and we're very good at it. From a just an what do we do for a business, right? It is, I would say, a little bit of a multi-industry flavor if you look at it,
Okay.
because our one division is US energy, so that's where we move oil, and then we have renewable products over there, natural gas and stuff like that. Then the second big division we have is really auto force, which is the distributor of tires within the US market. We are a national based business, by the way. Starting to look at international opportunities, but not there yet. And then, I mean, from there, if we move to like our breakthrough division, it is actually a data analytics functionality. I mean, that's the product we have, because we help, companies like Walmart, Amazon, Target plan their shipments. So it's kind of a mix, bagged stuff for us, but what is the core, like the key that connects is moving product from point A to point B.
Excellent. Oh, great summary. And so certainly, I've experienced, and I'm sure you have also, a lot of disruption within the supply chain. A
Mhm.
lot of factors, all the way from COVID to just the general aspect of, to your point, getting it from point A to point B. Um, so, how has that impacted your business?
Sure. So I'll speak for like two of our divisions in this one. So I spoke about energy. So let me talk about energy first, right? So energy is that oil, and we have gain, which is like a natural, or renewable gas, division. So on the oil side, right? If you look at it, these are the traditional products like gasoline and diesel and all. That product really moves through like a pipeline, right?
Sure,
The physical
sure.
pipes. So we really didn't see much of an impact on that side, and since we are only national based United States, that was fine. But on the renewable fuel side, right, specifically where we are, building out new products, those really struggled with like lack of parts, and then the parts that were needed became very expensive,
Hmm.
and we really were not able to acquire them in a timely way. So we did see, really projects getting delayed. The start of our new plants, that we are building out, kind of got pushed out. And to be honest, there was, I mean, there are learnings from that experience. I don't know, we were able to recover the sunk cost over there. So it's just like improving on how we, better the supply chain of the products we depend on is what we are learning through that experience. On the Autoforce side, it was a little different story
Hmm.
for us. So, Autoforce, as I said, is a leader of distribution of tires and lubricants within the US automotive market. So, when COVID situation started to happen, right? So when COVID happened and things started to shut off, uh, the leadership at Autoforce said, if we are going to do something different, so we really stocked up every brand, every tire in our warehouses. We'll just, increased our safety stock, and we stocked when people were depleting, we were stacking up,
Sure.
right? And that strategy really paid off, because when COVID was kind of coming to bay and things started to open up, we were one of the companies sitting with every brand, every size, everything. So we could really provide those tires to our service providers, and it really helped our business take a big, boost. So, since then we have changed our strategies for how we manage safety stock, but also from learnings from there, right? And from not just COVID, all the other things that are happening in the international market. I mean, we do, it's not just supply chain, even tariff issues impact
Mm.
us, right? For bringing tires and all. So we have really started to build redundancy in our international suppliers. We look for alternate options. We check it out that do they have like a manufacturing facility in US, just in case something happens in the rest of the world, right? So it doesn't impact us. We also check for like, other brands or like brand like, so we invested in some brands, but what are the other alternate options? The other side, what we have done is really was a change for us, that from a transportation standpoint, we have built redundancy in different ports now. So we
Mm.
do receive product in east, west, south. I mean, this has also benefited us to reduce our freight cost, because now we can provide the service providers in those regions from those ports versus shipping it all over the place. So these are a couple things from a supply chain standpoint. We also, get data from our manufacturers, so tire manufacturers, to
Okay.
just check out, what is their dependency on raw materials in that manufacturing process, any fill rate concerns. There's a lot of monitoring that happens on the commodity pricing. So we just have that 6 month outlook, even for the manufacturers, the raw materials, the commodities. So we bake that into our forecast and all, just to be more proactive and be ready for, hey, do we see any disruptions coming like 6 months down the line?
Excellent. So you mentioned the big bet that you did on safety stocks, especially as COVID came in. That certainly backfired with companies like Peloton, right? Which actually famously kind of had too much, right? How did data and analytics kind of help you make the right decision on those safety stocks?
So, I mean, one of them, I'll tell you, right? And by the way, I'll be very honest and transparent. Those decisions were prior to my time at US
Sure.
Venture.
No,
I've
no.
been at US Venture for 2.5 years. But just, the one thing that helped us, and I'll talk about an application, right, that my team has built over the last 2 years. But at that time, we were just collecting data, understanding. So we do track, what our competition is doing in which region, right? So we know what brands they're selling, what kind of volumes they have, what is going on, and which are the markets. We're very strong in Midwest, and we're trying to grow in the East and the West Coast. It is getting better. Definitely, we have great progress over there. But it was starting to look at, hey, what are the types of tires or tiers of tires we don't have, and where do you think this demand will come, right?
There you
So
go.
it was a combination of looking at that data for what is the market, trends over here, and it was also, the experience. So some of our when I mentioned those senior leaders, they are senior leaders in this business for 20 plus years, right?
Sure.
They understand how the business works, right? The third big thing I'll say is that, to up the safety stock, you need to have a very strong cash flow in the company, right? So
Exactly.
that's where the financials were. The finance was, included in that analytics to say, hey, do we need this? Make this investment? How does it impact us? So it was not just about the market analysis, the availability of product, but also, the required investment that we would need to make. So bringing all of that together to let them run those, if then else scenarios, to say what do we stock where, and what kind of funding will be needed, is where data analytics came together.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Sangeeta, for these nuggets of wisdom and sharing kind of your experience at US Venture. Also, for our audience, please visit cdomagazine.tech for additional interviews. Thank you so much and have a great rest of the day.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. Have a good day.
All right.